All right, friends, get your attention spans ready because this ain't no short form video, okay? 4 days before Renee Nicole Good was pew-pewed 3 times, point blank range by an ICE agent in Minneapolis, the Department of Homeland Security announced something very chilling. Probably chilling to most people, probably not chilling to MAGA, but chilling to people like me anyway, and probably people like you. They announced that they'd hired 12,000 new ICE agents in just 6 months, that they had doubled their workforce from something like 10,000 to over 20,000 or 21,000, something like that. They got over 220,000 total applications. But here's what should terrify thoughtful people. Look at how they recruited those people. Their social media ads said, serve your country, defend your culture, no degree required. Now let that sink in for a minute. Defend your culture? What culture? Whose culture? Who are we exactly defending it from? And then on New Year's Eve, just about a week ago, ICE announced a new $100 million wartime recruitment campaign. That's actually what they called it. They called it wartime. They're targeting people who go to UFC fights, listen to patriotic podcasts, and show interests in pew-pews and tactical gear. This is not normal law enforcement recruitment. This is not normal law enforcement recruitment. This is looking like they were trying to build a paramilitary force. And is it any wonder that's how they're acting? And when you go from 10,000 people to over 20,000 people in 6 months, you're hiring some very unqualified, very dangerous people. People who see immigrants as enemies, people who think they're at war with their own neighbors, clearly. The guy who unalived Renee Nicole Good acted like he was in Baghdad or something. He acted like he was in the middle of Syria or in some foreign war corridor. He didn't act like he was in a residential neighborhood in Minneapolis. So just a few days ago, Renee Good was schmurdered in her car. Video shows clearly now, and all the mounting video that's coming out is only looking bad for ICE, not for her, not for innocent civilians who get caught up in this wartime bullshit. The video shows she was clearly turning away. Now, the first projectile may have been reckless, but the second and the third, no. Now the vice president is calling her, the victim, a domestic terrorist. And so did your head of Homeland Security. She accused her of domestic, the T word, you know. They're smearing an unalived woman who was trying to protect her community. And I'm just going to say it like it is because somebody has to fucking say it. This is what happens when you give badges and pew-pews to 12,000 people in 6 months and tell them they're fighting a war on their own American soil. When you recruit based on who's angry enough, who's armed enough, who wants to defend their culture enough. The agent who unalived Renee reportedly had been injured on the job before. And well, if he was traumatized, why was he still in the field? He could have gotten out. He could have used more precautions than he did, certainly. The reason is because they needed bodies. They needed enforcers. They needed soldiers. They needed people willing to pull the you-know-what. And he was clearly willing to do that. 220,000 fucking applications. Think about that. Think about who applies to a wartime recruitment campaign promising to defend your culture. And this is only going to get worse. Because 12,000 unvetted, undertrained agents with pew-pews and immunity are now out there believing they're soldiers in a war against American communities, against American neighborhoods, for fuck's sake. We know that Renee Good was not a T. She was the patriot, trying to defend what America is supposed to be all about. The America that I grew up in, anyway. I'm almost 55 goddamn years old. I'm twice the age of many of you on here, if not almost 3 times the age of many of you. And I guess this is normal for you. This Trump administration, this is the normal you're growing up with. This is the norm. You think this is normal. It's not. America is supposed to be about compassion. It's supposed to be about due process. It's about humanity. God damn it. The real lunatic fringe is the one that schmexecutes citizens and then spends days smearing them afterwards before they're even put in the ground. The one that imagines itself at war with its own people. I want you to share this video. I want it to go viral, goddammit, because there will be more Renee Goods, and we need to remember their names. I'm just so fucking angry, and I'm angry for Renee. I'm angry for my country. I'm angry for all the goddamn idiots that aren't mad about this. I'm angry about that. I'm angry about the people who aren't angry about this, who seemingly live in a different world completely. Not just the physical world, obviously. They live in a much different America than I live in, but up here too. They live in a far different world up here. And fuck if I ever want to habitate that world.